Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is located. Again, this is part two. Did I tell you I was going to do a part two? Well, this is part two. I'll wait for a few of you guys to join me again. Sorry about that. And one thing I hate, I hate saying hate because that's extreme, but I hate internet. Good God, can I get this to stay on one time? I'm going to wait until a few of you guys can find me here, and then I'm going to call or have James give me a call. There you go. Okay. James, hang on a second, man. Internet, brother, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? So give me a couple of minutes, James, until I can get a few other people on here. Man. What you gonna do? But, and do me a favor, can you, because I can't type right now. I can. I'm going to tell people to join the live chat. Part two. And let's see how many people we can get. Okay. So Vic, you're there. Yeah, man. I don't know what it is. I took the VPN off, so I have no VPN right now. And still, every once in a while, it just drops. And then you see freeze. So I was waiting. I gave us 30 seconds to see if I can get some thumbs up that you can still see me because it said reconnected. But once you reconnected, then you just loses. Vic, what's up, man? It's all good. Another day. This is part two in this video. If you missed part one, my internet died on me, and I ended up here at part two. So it took me a second to get reconnected, though. Where are you coming from, Vic? What city? What state? Let me know what's up. Okay, eyes and ears. And I just saw your text, too. I'm sorry. I had to, of course, as soon as I got back from helping, I had to leave work early to go help my mom early. And by the time I got back, I forgot to call because I had to scramble. Vic, yeah, you missed part one. It'll be uploaded, okay? There's a little thing called internet issues that I continue to have. Man, the interview I did with Terrence the other day, Buffalo, okay, you got some other New Yorkers up here. Yeah, Mike, thanks for coming back, man. I'm just complaining about the internet. I don't know what it is. I don't have a VPN on. And so it just, every once in a while, it just drops. It just drops. So anybody who missed part one, it'll be uploaded. I'll have to change the title. This is part two now because I hadn't had a chance to bring James on. James, hang on a second. I'm going to let a few other people on. Samuel, appreciate you, man. Again, let me take a few seconds to go back over because anybody that watches this after the fact needs to know where's the first place you go. You got two first place to go when you get to Medellin. First thing is you call my man Andres and get airport pickup. And again, a portion of that ride goes to Comuna Ocho, my charity there. Then you need to either have him take you to your Airbnb or straight to Sweet Georgia Cafe or Brooklyn's restaurant, both in Poblado, and Sweet Georgia has a location also in Laureles as well. Victor says, if anyone traveling to Colombia and use their debit credit cards, I will hide that and purchase those MasterCards. They will sell at CVS Walgreens. Yeah, I tricked the thieves, of course. So he's saying use the ones you can get from Walgreens and so on as a credit card. I don't know. Do those, if you buy a $100 MasterCard, would that work over there? I guess so, if it's still in the network or something from Walgreens. Yeah. Somebody also, I think it was James or somebody else says, have a fake wallet with some fake old credit cards in it or something like that. Fake credit cards. You don't want, like when you get an offer and you open it up and it's going, yeah, you've been approved for a new credit card. Take that card out, stick that in your wallet. So they go around the corner and they go, man, I love to see their face when they do that too. What's up with Israel? Let me, okay, let's run through this. What time is it? Okay. Oh man. Wow. Okay. If you are there, Israel, if you're listening, I don't see you in here, but if you're listening, give me a call. Let's say if you, I'm not sure if you, did you talk to him, James? Did you guys text or something? I guess you did. Is that Tim? Yep, that's him. Israel, how you doing?
Hey, sir. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing?
Everything is good, man. Hey, and one thing I didn't say earlier, but I knew Luis wasn't going to throw out any F-bombs or anything, but do me a favor, no cursing. We try to keep that to a minimum here. And live, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't edit it. So just watch the language. Okay, what's going on, Israel?
Yeah, just a real quick story. So there was a gentleman that got into a situation, and I figured I'd reach out to him and introduce him to some of my friends. Just turns out the guy turned out to be a complete jerk. He's like telling my friends, oh, I got all kinds of money. Right off the back, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's talking about, yeah, I just bought this condominium for bottle. Like, money's not a problem. Come out here tonight. I want to see you. And mind you, I had talked to him before, and I said, look, man, I got this friend of mine, and she's single. She's looking for somebody from the States or from out of Colombia.
Who is this guy? Who is this guy?
I don't want to say names.
I mean, who is he to you?
Oh no, just some guy. He's in the group. I would just put it like that.
Really?
So yeah.
So he knows who he is. Okay.
Yes, he knows exactly.
So whoever you are, tell us who you are.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, man.
So I reached out to him. I was like, dude, like, I understand the situation. This girl burned you. I got some friends. Would you like to meet them? I sent him a picture. He's like, oh yeah, she's real cute. I said, look, man, she's a normal girl. She's not a working girl. She has to be going to school. And she's just, she's looking for somebody to, get in touch with and, help and just get to know him. And I talked to her. I said, look, there's the situation. This guy, something happened. He got in the situation, and he's out there, and, he might need some company. And so I thought, I know you told me you wanted to, meet somebody, so I got somebody here for you, and I'm over here vouching for the guy, thinking the guy's a good guy, because he's like, yeah, I got the situation, and they burnt me. So I reached out to the guy, talked to him for a minute. He seemed pretty legit, and so I introduced my friend to him. I told him that this is a working girl, and beforehand, my friend, she's like, look, tell him right now, I just lost my job. I'm going to school. I don't have any money, so I can pay at least for something. Just let them know from the back. I honestly kind of don't want to because I don't have any money. I said, well, let me talk to him and see what he says. And I was like, yeah, this is her situation. She just lost her job. She doesn't have any money. She just paid some bills. So, I don't want you to think this is the kind of girl that she's going to come out looking for money for you. We're letting you know right from the back, right from the start, that this is the situation. But if you don't want none of that, hey, by all means, don't worry about it. Like, no, that's fine. Let me talk to her. So he talked to her. They started talking, and that's when he started bringing up the conversation. Oh, don't worry about money. I'll come take care of you. I just bought this apartment in Poblado, this and that. And I'm like, all right. She showed me the text. Like, is this what's the deal with this guy? Seems kind of off. I said, you know what? He's just excited. He saw your picture. He really liked you. Because my friend's really, really pretty. And then she's like, okay, well, you know what? I got some stuff to do tonight. Let me tell them that, probably tomorrow. And let me know what's going on. So I was like, all right, cool. So I guess she told him that the next day was the date. So this girl took time of her date off her time. And turns out she even turned on a job she had that day, a babysitting job, to meet this guy, just because I introduced her to him, thinking, okay, well, let me see what's going on with this guy. So it turns out that my friend that drove me around that one time from the second part that we had the little interview, he brought her, right? And he was right there with her, and he was just kind of hanging around, not around them per se, but just like in the vicinity, because, we kind of don't know this guy, but, he just, we take care of our friends. So, so that was going on. And then they went to have a nice little lunch. And then here's what's really weird. So I hear two stories, right? So I hear the story from this guy that my friends were trying to get him to go to all these places, after the dinner, after the lunch was over. But then my friend told me, this guy's saying, you know what, the lunch is over. I don't want you to go anywhere. I want you to take you out somewhere. So where would you like to go? And she's like, well, I would like to go paragliding, And he's like, oh yeah, I'm all for it. Let's go, right? So then they go all the way to wherever Luis went paragliding, and that's like normally like I think $80 peso
60,
ride.
Yeah, 60.
Yeah, and so my friend was just charging them gas money. He's like, I'll take you guys for like 30 pesos, So they went over there, and then the guy turned out to start being a cheapskate. He's like, oh, well, it's going to cost so much, I'm not going to pay. So my friend was like, you know what, don't worry about it. If you want to go, I'll pay for you. So he started paying. Then he saw this, and the guy was like, no, never mind, I'll pay, right? So then, but then this guy's saying that he felt like he was coerced to paying, so which seemed kind of odd. But and then that happened. Then she was like, you know what, I don't feel right around this guy. Just take me home. She was like 10 minutes away from there. She lived in that area, so he dropped her off, and then my friend went to drop him off back over there in Poblado. And apparently, supposedly, this guy said my friend got really aggressive with him because he didn't want to pay him for the way back and what have you. So, moral of the story is, guys, me personally, if I'm trying to invite you to introduce you to some of my friends, and just be mindful, man. These people are they're trying to make their money. They're not trying to hustle you guys. My friends told me the completely different story. This guy was a cheapskate. He was obnoxious, and he just was like, I don't know, he was just a jerk all around. So just lesson learned, lesson learned. Next time, if I want to introduce one of the guys from the group to one of my friends, I've definitely got to vet them better. So just short story of certain characters that.
And your friend is in our WhatsApp group?
No. The girl or the guy?
Which one are you talking about? Your friend?
Oh, my friend. No, I have two friends. The girl that I introduced this guy to, and my friend that drives. That he's the one that drives me around and drives all of our friends around.
So who's in the group? Which one's in the group?
I don't want to say his name.
No, not his name, but which one in your story? Who is?
In my story, no. This was just a guy in the group. Some situation happened to him, and I was just trying to look out for him. Like, look, dude, I'm sorry this happened to you. I got some friends here that you might want to meet. They're like good girls. You might have a connection.
This is your last time there, right? No.
This just happened like about at the beginning of the week.
So while you were
Monday.
here.
Yes. In the chat group, I saw something happen to a guy, and I reached out to him and said, look, man, I got burned, and I feel for you, bro. So check this out. I got a couple of friends out there, normal girls that won't burn you, won't ask you for money. If you want to meet them, they're single.
There you go.
Single. Why not? I was trying to just extend the olive branch, make this dude like, again, you get handed lemons, make lemonade. But unfortunately, this dude turned out to be a complete jerk.
There you go.
So lesson learned. Lesson learned for me, just vet more guys if I'm going to introduce them from the group. That's all.
Cool. Well, appreciate the story, Israel. As usual.
All right, sir.
You'll be one of our regulars now.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, buddy. I appreciate it. All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. Israel was on our video, our live a couple of weeks ago. Let me get caught up with a few more, and then I'll ask James to call in. Let me see where I stop at. You don't want anything with your name in it. Yeah, that's what I said. You want some fake ones. I was going to say use your old IDs, but no, you don't want to use your old credit cards because it's got your name on it. Okay, that's right. I didn't think of that. Yeah, because they could put BS online about you. Mike B says, okay, I actually probably won't even have a wallet on me. The money pouch, I should have brought it out here. The money pouch, or again, this wallet right here that I told you I purchased has a hook on it. Look how thin that is. That right there. Hook it, get one of the hooks from your keys. Same kind of hook. I took it from my keys and hook it, stays just inside your pocket. Nobody's going to know it's there. But this right here, even as thick as it is thinner than, because the money pouch is, for me, it's fatter. It's about 9 inches wide. And so it's not something small or somebody would feel. It just like it's part of your clothes. Anyway, the story is confusing. People should write down their story before presenting. Okay, Brian. I actually probably won't even have. Well, there you go. Okay. Plus a cheap phone. Yes. Always have an extra phone. Does Dollar Tree sell credit cards? Or Dollar Tree sells credit cards for $1? I read this while he was talking. And is that a real credit card? I mean, a credit card you can put money on it, like the kind that you can get from Walgreens or Walmart or whatever. It's the same guy about him proposing. Is this the same guy about him proposing to the girl and finding out she was a working girl? Yes, that's him. So you did hear that day then. Mike B says, Dr. Gory. Okay, good idea. Victor, that's what I'm saying. Buy those credit cards for $1 and trick the thief. Yeah, I would love to see their face when they get around the corner. Hide your real debit credit cards. Yeah, don't take it out. Go to the bank, come back, but just be mindful. And again, if you got to go to an ATM, my suggestion is go to the mall. They line them up, and there's always a cop with a shotgun right there too. James Green, true, Victor. Olga says, Israel, lesson learned for next time. There you go. Welcome, Olga. I didn't see you were in here. Mike B. When I go this summer, I will be solo and will want to introduce to. I'm very humble and considerate. There you go, Mike. Listen, I'm going to have something for you when you go down by this summer that you guys will be able to communicate with each other, just like you can now in the group, but even to a greater extent, because there is strength in numbers. You don't want to get got, don't want to get scoped, go in a group. Simple as that. Israel, why don't you have your female friends get interviewed for Women's Viewpoint? Okay, so this is my girlfriend that's on here right now. So she is saying, Israel, why don't you have your female friends get interviewed for Women's Viewpoint? She was actually trying to reach out to some of her Colombian friends to have me interview them to get the woman's point of view, because guys here, a lot of guys here have their opinions, and it's going to run the gamut, but they're all guys' opinions. So why not hear from the ladies? So if there's any ladies, Olga, anybody else, I saw Laura is there with her husband. Any other ladies here, please comment. Mike B. You don't know his side of the story, though. Exactly. Anytime you hear a story from one person, it's one point of view. You don't know. Okay, Victor says, Mike B, you will love it. I travel alone all the time. I traveled to Medellin 4 times alone and had a blast. There you go. James says, good idea, Catherine. Okay, Victor Gomez, awesome. Passport movie gang. Is there a way to enjoy Colombia without getting caught up in the thottery? Yes. Don't hang on at Parquilleras. I mean, you got to go to Parquilleras. It's an incredible atmosphere. I mean, at least it was when I was there. Now I know it's a lot more sketchy. People are more desperate now, so they're going to do desperate things. And so the setup is a whole lot easier for it to happen to you now. I'd assume I've seen some videos. I saw a video earlier of somebody at the park just up there drinking and taking videos. And I mean, if you put yourself in that position, that's what you're going to run into. But I'm sure if you just go to the grocery store, go to the mall, speak Spanish. Let me start this over. If you speak Spanish, then you go to the mall, go to the grocery store, whatever, and just start talking to somebody. There is not just those women there, they're just not, hanging, the ones that these are all dressed up, all done up, and some guys go crazy for it. Dr. Gore says, yes, you can put money in a Dollar Tree card. Oh, you can. Okay. So you get the credit card from there and they sell it for $1 and don't ask for ID. And if they don't, I'd have a bunch of them. There's no name on it too. Don't carry your family phone numbers from abroad on your phone. Somebody may ask them for money. I never thought of that, because I got thousands of numbers in my phone. I never thought of that. But first they got to get in, right? I guess they could knock you out and put your thumb up for your fingerprint. Okay. Hello. You were my first subscriber other than my own family. What's up, buddy? This is a viewer from, and he's got his own channel too. A young man got his own channel in Guatemala City. Shout out to you. Thanks for watching, man. Hey, anything I can do to support now? If there's any new YouTubers, anybody new to the game, I don't know it all, but I would consider myself knowing a lot just because I taught myself. I'm taking this slow road and not showing pictures of behinds and, not just walking around a park and showing it. I would not go there just for that. That's not how I want to, put this channel out. That's not what I want. My goal here is to have you travel. Number one, have you travel. So, if anybody is starting a YouTube channel though and has advice or want to collab in any way, just reach out to me. Don't join my group. I'll put this out there. Don't join the WhatsApp group and then post your videos. That's not going to work. That's not going to fly. That's not cool at all, first of all. And if you're going to do that, you'll never have assistance from anybody. You will never see a quality, and you'll never see a quality YouTuber on another person's channel touting their channel. Like, I would not go into somebody else's live and go, let me show you my new video. I would never do that. I'm on Sweet Georgia's WhatsApp group. I don't post my videos there. No. And I've seen a couple people do it. I don't do that. That's not the forum. That's not what their forum is for. Work hard, spend time on it, and try to get some quality content that people are interested in and people learn or laugh at. Entertainment's big too. Okay, so like I said, stay away from Yetis though. Might be a good thing that you're watching these YouTube videos. You are gaining knowledge and will be good. Always be aware of your surroundings. Everybody keep your head on a swivel. Keep your head on a swivel. Might be, I hadn't heard this in Parque Yetis, more dangerous now. Is it more dangerous now? I would say so. How about you? Anybody who's been down there recently, would you say Parque Yetis is more dangerous now than it was a year ago or 2 years ago? J-Love, prostitution is really becoming a big deal here. I bet if prostitution gets banned here, Medellin would lose 60% of its tourism or more. And like James said last time, they look at you guys, they look at you American guys, especially brothers, as sex tourists or whatever they call. And so you have a stigma on you already. Just lose the Americanism is the only advice I can give you. Don't go down with the same, entitlement. My girl had to straighten me out. I forgot what country we were in. And she's like, why don't you stop being American? I forgot what she said. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what I took from it. Stop being American. And I was like, you don't know if you are an a-hole unless somebody else points it out. And then you got to stop and think. And sometimes watching somebody else, you go, oh, that's what I look like. And you change your way that way. Okay. I enjoyed your videos made in Guatemala. Love. Hey, I have 60, 70 videos of Guatemala. Anybody wants to go there? I had a bunch that you can take a look at. David Lee Sr., I'll be traveling there in about 3 weeks. I've noticed that there are a lot of guys in the group are older. I just turned 30. Do you think my overall experience will be different? No, my average viewer is 35, if I'm not mistaken. I have younger cats. That's like the peak range. And then it goes down, the younger, and then it goes down the older too. I'm 58. So I don't think the difference, it just depends on what you're going for too. If you can be 30 years old and not be going down for that reason, that I can't, that's on you though. J Love says some college. Okay. I want to be Victor. I've been watching YouTube videos in Colombia for several years and still haven't gone. Man, just do it. Do it. Do it. Book the flight. Okay, everybody cheer him on. Book the flight right now. Buy the tickets. Do it. Once you buy the tickets, now you got to start arranging everything else around it. But buy the tickets first. I know that's for me. If I spend some money, I'm going to get something out of it. That's how when I used to lift weights, I go, okay, I'm lifting. Hey, I'm going to put some money here, spend some money on that. You spend a couple $100 on supplements and all that garbage, you'll get in the gym. That, at least me anyway. I spend some money. It motivates me. Victor, okay. Some people don't add a code to the cheap phones. Don't add a code to the cheap phones? I don't know what that means. I've followed you since and thanks for the support. Yeah. Young man, doing well, doing his own channel. Anybody want to start your own channel? Start it, man. Just do it. They just killed someone in December over a phone in Parque Yetis. Yeah, he was Peruvian, if I'm not mistaken. Sister Sherry Travels. Sister Sherry Travels. Yeah, Now, I don't know, Sister Sherry, I'm going to assume that you're Sister Sherry, so you're female. Have any insight on Colombia that you can share? Because again, we got a lot of guys and few girls. Right now, 5 to 6% for me. So for every 100 guys, I get 6 women that watch my videos and subscribe. And only 30% of my viewers subscribe. I'm sorry, 30% of my viewers subscribe. 70% do not. I don't get the number. I don't get that. Might be me too. Book that flight. There you go. Book that flight. Book that flight. Mike B says, I want to see the COVID situation first. Okay. It's getting better. There's people been going the whole time and no problems. I don't know how it's working. Okay. Victor says he's 26. Man, go. That's the perfect age. If you can just get away too. I was agreeing. Okay, says nope. I was agreeing with the drop the American thing. Yeah, man. You can go to another country, and Americans we are as a whole. I watch other people now because I had to purposely change my thought process. When you go around and you demand it, why does it take so long, man? Why shouldn't take 15 minutes for no Big Mac? We get used to, and you will be waiting 15 minutes for a Big Mac. It ain't just sitting back there in a drawer like it is here in the U.S. They cook everything to order. Your Subway is going to take 10 minutes. Everything you're going to wait. You got to get used to certain things. Don't be, they don't bring my check. Why don't they bring my check? Man, I've been here now. Nobody bring my check. Well, there you have to ask for the check. You will sit there for 2 or 3 hours. Nobody bring you the check. You just have to know. Don't be all pressy and man, why is this taking so long? I was talking to Carlton about that. Check out Carlton at Carlton's Travel Adventures. If you have not seen him, that's I watched him and Ace Live before I went down and did anything. Okay, fellas, hit the like button. Yes, Vic says, and I agree with Vic. 45 people in the room, 17 have given me likes. So please, can I get some more like? Can we match that? Can we match that? Can we match that? Please, please. Up the thumbs up, and we'll bring James on. And James is going to give his point of view for you guys who, and he's got what, 3, 6 years? How many years you have down there, James? You'll let us know in a second. How much experience he has living there, and he's going to give you guys some dating advice. So if you want to pop up some questions, I'll try to keep up as best I can and read them for him. So if you're there, James, if you're still watching, give me a call, bro. Give me a call. And again, he is going to give us his point of view on dating in Colombia. And he's saying, don't go on a dating. I'm pretty sure that was him that said, don't go on a dating lines earlier. So, okay, James, you there?
Hey, Rob, what's going on? Hey, everybody.
Okay, let me introduce him. He is James Grenier, aka the Love Doctor. I gave him that name for all of his love advice last time for you guys that want to date down there. So I haven't dated down there. So I'm not going to pass on that information. I just want to get you there and back safely. That's my goal. So anybody want to ask any questions to James? Throw it up here in a second. I'll try to read and keep up. But is anything you want to throw out first, James?
I just want to say, I really appreciate your channel, and the group that you have. Man, I've been going to Medellin for about 6 years, and I can tell you every time I open up that group message board and kind of flip through it, I learn something new. There's a lot of great advice and information in there.
Yep. Extremely
helpful. And just thank you for doing that. Thank you for setting all this up and creating your channel. I mean, it's been extremely helpful trying to find information about COVID, what to do, what not to do. You make it easier. It's more convenient.
I appreciate it. And the good thing is it's up to date because I got people going today, tomorrow, 3 days from now, next week. I mean, within the next week, I know of at least 10. And you've been watching that chat line that say, I'm going down next week. I'm going next Thursday. I'm going next Wednesday. They're going down. I need to, and I know I need to do this. I need to get a calendar. And I was telling Louise this, I need to get a calendar where I can have everybody tell us when they're going down. So when you go down, first of all, go on the chat line, join the chat group. And again, to join the chat group, just send me an email to dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com, dcbornrobgroup with a P.com, and send me your name and your WhatsApp number. And then we'll get you going from there. But inside that group, I mean, I couldn't have expected it to be this full of information. Every time I go on, I learn something new. Every time I go on, I learn something new. So it's kind of cool. And it's 24 hours a day too. man, I don't know what time you were up last night. I wake up and see so many messages sitting there waiting. But let me get caught up with a few of these and see if I can't get down to some to you, James. Okay. Yep. Medellin is so much more like more than sex tourism. Exactly. The city has come a long way. And by the way, J Love is from Bejo, but he's just coming back from the U.S. here from a visit here. Tay International, if you want faster service, visit Bogota. There you go. I've never been to Bogota. Sister Sherry Travis already liked, so I got likes. Can I get some more likes? I got like another 8. Can I get likes, please? Likes help the YouTube algorithm. I got to stop and tell you this. The more you hit like, the longer you watch it and so on. But the more you hit like, the more they share it with a larger audience. And now I feel like I'm under the pressure too, because if I lose the internet again, I'm going to snap. If he loses internet, just be patient and just, close out the video and then go to his channel and then wait a minute or two and he'll restart it and it'll pop up and you can join back in. It's not terribly complicated. Exactly. And to leave those likes, you got to exit the chat. That's the one thing that's kind of weird about YouTube. Yeah. But can you come back to it though? After you like? Yeah, you can come back. I don't know if you turn it sideways or whatever, but you can just go, I guess you touch comment and then it pops up again.
Yeah, you just touch the little icon for commenting and little speech bubble or whatever it is, and it'll bring you right back. Yeah.
Gotcha. So there you go. If I ever drop connectivity, give me a few seconds. I always ask for, can I get a thumbs up? If you can't hear me, I wait 30 seconds and I go ahead and start it again. Okay. Hey, James, do you currently live in Medellin?
I've got a place. I don't want to disclose the town that I live in, but I am outside of Medellin. Medellin is a great city. It's just the air, the pollution really bothers me. I never get headaches, but when I'm there, I have a trouble breathing and the headaches and stuff. And I really love the city, but I actually have an apartment in one of the smaller pueblos outside of Medellin. And I really enjoy it. It's a lot quieter. You don't have motorcycles going by all the time, and it's just safe. And we can go down to the park, and it's just real casual and calm. And that's more my style. I'm in my late 40s, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. Nobody going down the street going aguacate, aguacate, aguacate on the microphone.
Or motos all night long. Oh man, that drives me crazy.
Yeah, nothing like that. That aguacate, man, that drives me crazy. And then I've seen them where they're not on the microphone. Some on the microphone just aguacate, but they'll stop when they start selling something. But there's people that got a recording and just blast it all day long while he's selling aguacate, aguacate. That drive you crazy. Okay, Alan B said Corona, Venetia, Santa Fe, San Carlos, Guatapé, St. Louis, St. Felix, and the list goes on. Passport Movie Gang says, if you're going to Colombia, how soon do you have to fill out the immigration form online? Within 24 hours. That's CheckMig, if that's what you're referring to. And you're talking about going to Colombia, not back. Let's see. I know, Jay, I stayed in Bejo. Okay. Alan knows you, Jay. John Torres, would you recommend a solo traveler, man, to stay at an Airbnb in the Parque Lleras area? I mean, it depends on what you're going for. I wouldn't stay there. But then, I'm older and I don't know. If I want to go up there, I can go up there. But when I come home, that's the last thing, like James just said, I don't want to hear that outside my window or near, or again, that's where the tourists are. So that's where people are getting got it. Where the tourists are. They know where the money is. You rob a bank because that's where they keep the money. So they know where you are. I mean, it depends on where you are. I mean, like Luis stayed, what? I don't know. He said a 15-minute walk downhill. But you know what that 15-minute walk downhill means? There's a 15-minute walk up the hill if you want to walk. But keep that in mind too. When you're in Poblado, you're on the hills. It just depends on what you're going for. If you just going to party, I mean, be around Lleras. That's just me. What do you think, James?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. Like, it's pretty fun sometimes to stay on Parque Lleras. I've stayed at the Charlie Hotel or whatever. It's My girlfriend used to work there, and I'm friends with the manager, so I got like a half rate deal. And you know, it's a fun place, but it's loud at night. You know, like me, I get kind of like when I'm ready to go to sleep, I'm ready to go to sleep. You know, so it's like, so we'll go down to the you know, the city. You know, maybe spend a night. You know, Saturday night or something like that. That's fun. If you're by yourself, you know, just be careful because, you know, there are a lot of these cute young girls and you'll think, oh, she's just this young, cute girl, but they got more street smarts than you'll probably ever have in your whole entire life. I mean, they know, and some of these girls they're with other people who are not very safe. Okay. So if you're by yourself, I recommend that you kind of try to find some other guys that might be there by themselves just to hang out with, just kind of casually, somebody that kind of can watch your back a little bit. That's how I got familiar with Medellin. In my company, there's a girl that works for me. She's from Bogota. She's like, you need to find yourself a Colombian girl. And so I just went. And so I've been going by myself for a long time. Then I met, you know, one girl, and then I dated another girl, and then I just kind of made friends. And that's kind of how it, you know, kind of grows, and you develop your own little network. And before you know it, you know, you got people you can hang out with and stay with. And it really, it's a great time, you know?
And I'm going to tell you, everybody, before you head down, the greatest resource right now for you guys is this WhatsApp group chat. Let me tell you,
Agreed.
People are going there asking each other, I'm going down Thursday. Who's down there? Who's going to Bucaramanga? Who's going to Cartagena? I'm going this Wednesday. I'm leaving Tuesday. I need to get a calendar so I can see, okay, Joey's here, Jimmy's there, whoever's there. And so if somebody asks, yeah, but again, I have something in the works right now. Hopefully that it will shock you what it can do and possibly keep you safe too. And a forum for us to communicate. J-Love says,
awesome.
Alan B, there are definitely some bad parts of Bejo, but overall it's not bad. Alan says, not many English speakers in Bejo, great place to get away from tourism. Euro Dude says, where'd it go? I had to, okay, not many English speakers, where'd I go? Euro Dude says, the prices for sure, ask a lot of questions when you first arrive, be prepared for that. Alan B says, I live in Las Cabanas. J-Love says, Medellin pollution is worse than LA. It's horrible. You can see it on days. It's rough sometimes. There's some days when this beautiful city is just covered up. I mean, it is what it is. It's like Mexico City. It's a bowl. Medellin pollution is worse than LA. It's horrible. 2 por 1. Corona. Euro Dude, I had to get an asthma spray in Medellin. Oh, it's a butanol. Keep that in mind too, and keep in mind the air is thin. The air is thin. You will struggle going up little hills.
It'll take you a day or two to get used to that. Yeah,
I never got used to it, man. I was climbing mountains and going. You know, I did Tres Cruces, and then the next day I paraglided. And when you paraglide, they don't drive you all the way up the way you jump off the mountain. They take you halfway. You got to walk the rest of the way. And then I did Camino Ocho 3 days in a row. It's worse coming down. Okay, let me go Parete and St. Felix Park. Sister Sherry says, is it safe? Is it safe for me? Sister Sherry, did you say if you're a female, is it say there are females there? Go look at my video, my interview with Gail. She's still there. As well as a family. I interviewed the Joneses. The whole Jones family went with their kids. So now it's different. You know, I mean, James can tell you better on that, if you know how much better or worse it's gotten. Somebody throw me some questions for James up here. Let me get caught up, James.
Oh, we can talk about all sorts of stuff. Okay,
take the metro cable to park your RV. Passport movie gang. I'm flying to Cartagena for 8 days. And then I'm doing a 1-day trip to Medellin, in and out overnight. What's a good hotel for that night? One night that's safe. Any idea?
Yeah, I mean, I've got several. I've stayed at a lot of the hotels. It really just depends on if you want to be in the park or not. If you want, like me, I kind of like to be close to the park where I can walk over there and I'm in a safer part of the area, so to speak. But it's also quieter at night. So Diaz Hotel is fantastic. And I'll tell you why I love this place so much, okay? It's about a block to the west of Parque Lleras, and it's about 2 blocks north. So you're not near a lot of the noise. Plus, it's a lot more of, there's a lot more residences. It's like the last real hotel before a lot of the residences and apartment complexes. So it's real quiet. They have armed security there. Every single person in that hotel speaks English, from the doorman to the baggage people to the front desk to the kitchen folk. Everybody speaks English there. Made a lot of friends there. They're really nice people. It also has 3 great restaurants. It has a coffee shop. So if you you want some really good coffee, they got a little coffee shop. They've got a sushi place. It's called Sushi Train. Fantastic. They got a nice steakhouse for just regular, steak and Colombian food. They have an awesome breakfast. It's always different every morning. There's a ton of food, ton of different hot, cold variety of stuff. They got a little travel agency in there. So if you want to rent a car for the day, you want to go on a tour, which I recommend. If you're a single guy, go on the tours. I understand Rob has one, but let me tell you, every time I go and I'm with my girlfriend or some girl I'm dating, there's always like 5 or 6 really cute single women there. They're always on these little tours. So if you're looking for a place just to kind of go and make friends or meet somebody, go on these bus tours to Guatape. Those are great opportunities. I always see really just awesome people there, and they're easy to talk to, and it's fun. You can just kind of hang out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's here. According to what he wrote, he's in Cartagena for 8 days and only 1 night in Medellin. I would have done that backwards, but that's another story. Okay, stay in La Relis, flat at night. Sabaneta is awesome, great park. Albie, thank you. You're welcome, Sherry. Let's see.
Hey, check out Baru Island in Cartagena. That's pretty fun. Since you're going to be there for so long, it's actually a much nicer beach. You got to take a boat to get over there. You can get the details from the hotel. That is the best part about Cartagena for me. That and the wall.
Baru.
Baru Island, Baru Island, Isla Baru. Man, you'll get pestered by people trying to massage your feet for 15,000 pesos or whatever. You'll have a little bit of that, but it is really safe. The water's really beautiful. There's no hotels on the beach, so it's real natural. You'll love it. It's fantastic.
Okay, excellent. I don't know finding a group. You have to know what they are all about first. Well, if you're in the group, if you're in the WhatsApp group, you would know them already. You would have, don't just join it in and go, yo, bro, what you doing tomorrow? Which people do. I'm here now. Come check me out. And if it's somebody that's not about the same thing as you, then you keep on moving. But in the group, you'll at least get to know somebody for a long time. We've had people obviously from the beginning. Within 3 days, I had over 100 people, and then another 60 in the past week and a half, I think. So join the group. You'll meet people there. You'll get to know who they are before you even get down there. Okay. Big thank you, guys. VJ says exactly. Dad, make friends. They will introduce you to good girls. Colombians love to play matchmakers. There you go. Weight loss program that heals. Why do we have to pay the Afro gringo price? Because they know you're gringo. Well, you don't have to pay anything, first of all. But if you're shopping and they know you're gringo, they're going to raise the price. They do the same thing with oil here. They know we need it. They're going to raise the price. Look at what we're dealing with in Texas now for the heating bills. Man, I haven't got mine yet.
Oh, no.
Pray they don't cancel my credit card because it's coming off my credit card. Okay, Sister Sarah says, yep, solo female traveler. There you go. I haven't been there in just a little over a year. So there's people that have been there and recently and can tell you the difference between, I'm going to assume from everybody that I've communicated with, it's less safe now than it was then, because obviously people are more desperate, a lot of jobs lost. It's been hurting everybody. So yeah, but I would say you can still go and just, you know, mind your P's and Q's. Do everything that we talk about in the group. If you follow all those keys, you can definitely mitigate. And, you know, and I don't know who you are, what you look like, but I personally am Colombian when I'm in Colombia. You can't tell. They come in every color, shape, not every color, but now I have people correct me. So, okay, so 95% of the colors. So as long as I don't talk, you know, I just give looks. Nobody, but if I talk, yeah. Gig is up. Yeah. C don't work for me. They'll know my C. C. Okay, girls get scopamine too. Okay, I don't know if that's
yeah.
They do. Are you aware of any story about that?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
Well,
there really isn't. They don't really have, you know, and maybe I'm speaking purely out of ignorance, but you know, I've gotten to know and date a lot of different women down there, and you know, my girlfriend at the time was a university professor, and she would have to walk pretty far, you know, in a nice dress and all that. And I was kind of nervous about that. Never had any problem. I never heard stories about women getting raped or anything like that down there. I don't know. I don't know if it's in the culture, but if it's just like, I know it sounds awkward, kind of, you know, weird. We're talking about crime all the time, but I don't really think the sexual crime is an issue down there. You know, I really don't. I don't think, you know, some girl getting scoped and all that and roofied. I just don't see that really happening down there. I've never really heard about it. And I've even asked my girlfriend, I was like, it makes me nervous. You kind of walking through this, you know, this pueblo, there's like a lot of people in the city. And it's like, in some of these areas, there's alleys and stuff. It's like, you've never had anything happen to you? She's like, no. So, I mean, I think it's culturally, I just don't think that's, I think the legalized prostitution probably has a huge impact on that, to be honest.
Okay.
You know, they can go pay for it if they need it that bad, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay, it's a good idea to stay safe, take a yellow taxi or taxi in general from the airport in Rio Negro into the city if you're alone. I would always say, I mean, well, first of all, I'm going to tell you, use Andres. He's my guy. If you need a safe, responsible, honest, and English speaker, if that's what you want, in a nice car, then that's where you go. Or you can, you know, there's always anybody that can cut you a deal, but I would never associate my name with it. But I would say, yeah, because first of all, you're not going to be in the same areas as anybody who has these issues, really, unless you're just, you know, it's so random in front of your hotel, like the other day. But for the most part, I think if you just, you know, go in certain areas and move a certain way, you're not going to have any issues. Rosario Islands is nice too in Cartagena. Okay, somebody says, oh yeah, Baru Island is the bomb. Hotel du Parc was very nice. I was trying to think of the name of it. That's where we stayed.
That is nice.
Yeah, it's like, it's on 9th Street. So the backside of Yeres, like the end of that block, and just head south like 2 blocks. It was nice. It was nice. Somebody asked about that the other day too, but it was like, I looked at it. I don't know if you were on when somebody asked about that, and I said, oh, that's where we stayed. And it was $93. So
yeah, it's a little bit on the pricey side. And I mean, when I say pricey, I mean anything during the peak season in Medellin when things were going well pre-COVID, you know, you probably would spend maybe for a really nice hotel about the most I'd probably spend, you know, depending on a lot of factors, maybe $75 to $100 or whatever. You know, and it'd be like, you know, but some of those hotels can get like the Charlie and the one that you're talking about as well. Some of them can get up to $200-300 a night. But right now, it seems like the price is about almost half. Is what it's looking like to me. Some of the ones I checked out today that I usually stay at, they were half price. I couldn't believe it.
I know when I had issues at one of my Airbnbs and I had to move and I needed to find a hotel real quick. That was a crazy night. But I think it was like 100 mil pesos. It was like $30-something. I was like,
that's
sweet. Great. And it was nice near in Laureles, near one of the circles over there. That's how I found 1968 Burgers and Fries. If you haven't been there, oh man, you ain't had a burger there if you ain't been to 1968 Burgers and Fries. Ribs, I wasn't feeling it, but yeah, it was close to the park. The food is awesome in Baru. Big Mike, what's up, man? Says at John Torres, only white airport taxis work outside baggage claim. You may find a yellow upstairs at passenger drop off, trying to sneak him a fare out of there if they get him in, unless he gets caught. The food is awesome in Baru. Big Mike says, okay, that was it. How do I join the group chat? Easy. Email me your full name and your WhatsApp number to dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. Okay. Zenith. Let's see. Any recommendations for a dentist good with Invisalign and a hotel to stay near the dentist office? Anybody, or you, James?
You know, there's one area that you might have some luck in. Check out the San Fernando Plaza. It's a beautiful hotel. It's like a 4-star hotel, but it's also connected to a mall. It's real modern looking. It's real safe, lots of security. I believe that there is a dentist there. I don't know if they do Invisalign, but if they're in that plaza, I can guarantee you it's cosmetic. Mm-hmm. So there may be a cosmetic dentist it's called San Fernando Plaza. And the hotel is fantastic. I really loved it. It's a beautiful hotel. And they've got a bunch of shops. And the mall it's only open during the day. And I don't think it's open on Sundays, which is kind of a drag. But I'm pretty sure that I saw a cosmetic dentist there. I'm pretty sure that there is one there.
There you go. And I'm sure somebody else will comment too. I have my dentist there, Carlos. That's the one that hooked me up, made me smile more. He is an artist. When he told me that before, he says, I'm an artist, man. I can move. And I said, okay. But then I saw one of his paintings like a year later. And I was like, oh my God, you weren't lying. You were an artist. But he is the official dentist of Sweet Georgia Cafe in Laureles. So if you're ever over in Laureles, ask me for his information. His name is Carlos. Might be any restrictions on Medellin right now? Everything open, all the discos. As far as I know, everything is open, and they opened as of what? The mayor says as of what, a week and a half ago, that restaurants can stay open till 2 a.m. now.
Open later.
Yep. Mike, let's see.
Rob will keep you posted.
If I know about it, if I find it, I search those news sources every day. Before I start work, I look and see what's breaking, and then lunchtime, I look and see what's breaking. And I have alerts being emailed to me too. And there's a few people there that shoot me stories. Catherine says, never mind. It's a hotel, not an Airbnb. I think he's looking for it, because if you're just staying in Yetis for one day, you probably don't want an Airbnb. You want a hotel. Okay. Unless you're staying at a hostel. There are a few hostels over there too. So it just depends on what you want. Tony, what's up, brother? I'm still here moving along, bro. Tay International, the prices change a lot day to day right now. There you go.
I believe it.
Is there a 14-day quarantine now? No, there's no quarantine. You just come with a negative PCR test result and your check-mate form, and you're good. Now, if you don't have the results yet, you have to quarantine until you get the negative results, or take a test there. If you didn't have enough time to take it, you just got to go to Medellin tomorrow. Like right now, you're like, oh man, I got to go tomorrow, man. I'm watching this group. This sounds good, man. And you book your flight and you're leaving tomorrow. Yeah, you're going to have to take it when you get there, but you're going to have to quarantine until your negative test results come out. Okay, my last month in Medellin, I'm totally in love with Guadalajara. Yeah, Guadalajara's, man. I've seen pictures. I haven't been. Okay, John Torres says, DC, you planned on returning to Medellin anytime soon? I don't know. Me and my girl was talking in about, I don't know. We were looking like in a couple of months, maybe. I don't know. She's still working on her passport deal, but I don't know. We may end up in Guatemala first, and then Medellin. It just depends. Whoever's got the best tickets and the best flight, trust me, I want to go to both. And if I'm telling you that right now, you need to see my videos for Antigua, Guatemala, and Lake Atitlan, man. I love culture and nature, and you know, I like the birds in Medellin. Somebody brought it up, and they thought I was weird because I was like, yeah, man, I miss the sound of the birds in Medellin. The different sounding birds than here. Until you hear it, you won't know what I mean. It's tropical. But hopefully soon, hopefully within the next month. I'm waiting on my second shot. I'm waiting on a text or a call right now to have to run down in the next day or two to get it done. I'm right at 4 weeks right now. I forgot one of these days is right at 4 weeks. So once I get that done, a couple of weeks later, I got a list. I'm getting a pedicure, a massage, a haircut, a real haircut, not just having to cut it myself. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of myself then. Go out and eat dinner. I mean, not that I'm sure I'm okay, right? They said the first shot gets you 90% of the way there, and the second one gives you an additional 5%. But I don't know.
Wow.
The opinionator says, thank you. Coming in next few weeks. There you go. I'm telling you, people are coming daily still. And it's nowhere near what it was a year and a half ago. Nowhere near, less than 10%. John Internations is a lot of amazing people for networking. Internations. Okay. J Love says, I'm sitting here watching YouTube and the tourists arrive to Medellin are disturbing. Grown men acting ghetto and foolish.
Yeah.
That's J Love, man. I'm telling you, when Americans go abroad, some for the first time, they're in a group. I've seen stuff that I'm not proud of that I'm like, man, why, you know, I like, let me get out of here so they don't think I'm part of that. You know what I mean? I need to roll because I don't want nobody thinking I'm part of that. And that's what happens. That is exactly what happens. They think you part of that.
People aren't as loud. And I remember I was in a Brazilian restaurant, steakhouse with my girl, and it's a nice place. And there was a table full of guys and, you know, just normal, you know, just acting normal, but they were so loud and they were good guys. I know that they weren't jerks or arrogant, but we're used to being loud. When you go, like, especially like out west, like these restaurants, like it's loud, or, you know, in some of the other cities. And, but I mean, and I looked at her and I was just like, wow. I was like, you know, it's like like you were saying earlier, it kind of opens your eyes to how you are, you know, and how you act and behave, because people, you know, they tend to be kind of quiet. They kind of are respectful of other people and, you know, the restaurant stuff. And sometimes we can be a little bit rowdy and you know, and it just kind of makes us look bad, you know, and, you know, to have, you know, one of the things I love about Colombian people is they have a lot of national pride. And so, like, whenever they go anywhere, they feel, hey, I'm representing Colombia. Like, I want to make it, you know, so they have that mentality. So when you go there and you're acting and you're respectful and you keep, you know, you're not being an ass, you know, sorry, no cussing, sorry about that. But you know what I'm saying? If you don't show out, so to speak, you know, that really, it helps. People want to be your friend. You know, they want to be, you know, get to know you as a person and stuff. But, you know, if you're really loud and just kind of ruining everybody's, it makes us look really bad, you know, and it just feeds the stereotypes. Yeah.
It's unfortunate, man. It is unfortunate. You know, liquor makes you get a little even wilder, but that term, the ugly American,
of course,
you know, I think that started in Europe, but it's just the attitude that we bring with us sometimes. And I had to learn. I had it. I forgot. I don't know if we were in Dubai or Philippines or wherever we were going. I was like, and she told me that, and I was like, what are you talking about? But until I saw it on somebody else that I know, oh man, that I look like that. I was totally embarrassed. But okay, so Tony says, would you recommend going to a chica's house for dinner you meet online for a year? That's for you.
All right. So, how old is she? What's she about? Give me some details. Is it you're meeting the mom and the dad, and you're going over there for dinner, and she's about how old? 20, 30?
Yeah, and then the other question would be, how old are you? But hey, that may be a while before I get his answer.
Okay, I'll just give you my. I mean, the way that I would do that is I would get to know her first. Like I would say, hey, yeah, let's do that, but let's wait a couple of days. Let's kind of get to know. That way you can kind of get a vibe off of her. and in the situation first and develop comfort, because remember, there's going to be some language issues, and that's real weird at first when you're dating somebody you don't really speak the same language. And so you can get past it, and sometimes there's some benefits to that, but it can be kind of awkward. So you want to develop some rapport with her first, and then, you know, even if it's just like hanging out for dinner or having a drink, you know, later in the evening or whatever, going out and having some fun during the day, just develop that first. That way she can, you know, when she talks to her family, she can have great things to say about you, and she can help kind of, you know, prepare them. Like, hey, he doesn't speak Spanish, or he's hard to understand, or you have to speak slow. And make sure when you go there hungry, because if you turn down one thing, that mom is going to be so offended. I can tell you that right now.
That wouldn't work for me.
I learned that.
That would not work for me. I can't. How do you get around? Because like me, I mean, and when you brought up national pride, I thought of this. You know, I will say 1,000 wonderful things about Medellin, but then when I say I don't like bandeja paisa, I just can't eat fat, and they lose their mind. They come after me strong for that. So how do you go there if you can't eat the food? Say that again.
You just tell them you're allergic to it.
Yeah, I'm not hungry. I'm full. I'm sick. Yeah, I get sick real quick. I wouldn't know how to do it. Yeah, my girlfriend kind of put me in a bad position with her mom. Like, she cooked me this awesome lunch, right? And so I was so full. Then it's like, we get in the car, we go to her mom's house, and like her mom starts cooking. I'm like, oh my God, she's not really cooking food right now, is she? You know, it's like I couldn't eat anymore. I was literally so full already. Like, I mean, and so it's like, they're very sensitive about that. Just eat it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're not going to cook you like squid eyeballs and weird stuff. I mean, it's going to be normal, good food, and just appreciate it. And, you know, say thank you, and eat everything on your plate, and ask for more. There's something, I don't know what it is about with Colombian women and cooking and bringing joy to you and making you and smile and laugh and just enjoy it. You know, don't be trying to make the first impression. Don't be thinking about that. Just have a good time, you know, and smile and laugh and joke, and don't be afraid to be a goofball. I mean, they'll appreciate that. The thing about Colombian people is, like, they're the most real people. Like, you can't pretend to be something. They're real. What you see is what you get. And if you can become that, you'll be fine. Excellent. Okay. Maybe I'm not eating the right food, or I didn't eat at the right places. Let me throw out another shout out for Sweet Georgia Cafe. Make sure you stop by Sweet Georgia Cafe. You're not in Medellin, Colombia, until you stop by Sweet Georgia Cafe and tell Rob there, the owner, that DC Rob sent you. Okay. Same with Brooklyn's Restaurant. You're not visiting Medellin fully until you go by Chef and meet Chef Jay over at Brooklyn. So make sure you stop by Sweet Georgia Cafe and Brooklyn. Support our own. Support our own. I don't know how many different ways I can say it, but support our own. Or they may not be there and you don't have anything, and now you have to go to certain places. If you want that camaraderie, you want that place to connect, you need to go to Sweet Georgia Cafe and Brooklyn's. I'm telling you, I knew this before I went. I was there my first day. And make sure if you need a ride from the airport, Andres' information is in the description of all my videos too. And shout out to Luis, our moderator too.
Hey, before I forget, to answer that guy's question a little bit more, make sure you bring a gift too.
There you go.
Make sure you bring
what kind of gift?
And what you do is you go with her. You say, hey, that's part of your dating. Say, hey, you know, let's go out, and then, hey, while we're out, let's go look for something, a little special gift for your mom and dad. That's a great little date thing where you guys can kind of like interact, and then also she can help you pick something out so you don't bring over something that's ridiculous.
That's good. What's a good gift for a first time meeting the parents?
Wine, nice bottle of wine. Something from your home country is huge. That's a huge bonus.
There you go.
I mean, I don't care if it's a little box of chocolates, you know, from Ghirardelli in San Francisco or something like that, but bringing something back from the States, from maybe your home. Like I live in Mississippi, so things that are made with pecans. There's like a lot of pecan candies and stuff like that. Something from your area. I'll tell you, that would go a long way. It doesn't have to be expensive. That's the thing. Don't do the expensive thing. That's kind of insulting to a lot of people. It's kind of like, hey, I got all this money and you don't. It's like, but if you bring something that's from your area and you're like, hey, this is, a bottle of wine from our area, I live, 15 miles from this place. It's special. We like, something like that. It means a lot. That'll really impress them that you thought of that and that you remembered to do that.
That's good advice.
That goes a long way.
That is good advice. John Torres says, yay, DC. What's up, John? Victor says, does anyone know if it's true if you get vaccinated, do you not have to take the PCR test to travel since you are vaccinated? Well, I don't know. My answer is no. I've never heard that before. Have you heard that before? That you don't have to, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to take the test? I don't think they care. You have to have that negative.
I would think you'd maybe even test positive. I don't know. You probably just, as long as you have your shot record, check with your airline. At worst case scenario, check with your airline, ask them, they'll know.
I've never heard that before. Don't count on that. No, you still need to have your PCR test when you land. And they write on your passport too. Yeah, they write on your passport. I've seen somebody that didn't have it and they wrote seen PCR, seen/PCR, no PCR. And then they scribble something else because Luis showed us, they scribble something else if you have it, and he had it. So you don't want anybody writing in your password, seen anything. No. And seen means no, just so you know, without. Caesar Show says, hi, I'm watching you from 3 months ago when I have decided to come to Colombia based on your accurate info. Thanks. Excellent. I'm glad I'm putting out information out there to get you guys to travel, man. I'm going to tell you something. We think we're free in the country. We think we're free. But if you don't have a passport, you're in jail. You can't leave. You can't leave. You're stuck here without a passport, a valid passport, mind you. You can't leave this country. So you may think you're free. And then for somebody like me that's a traveler, when I can't travel, man, me and my girl was just talking. It's rough. We're like, where can we go? Where can we go? Where can we go? And are we going to be okay? Well, we got to go somewhere. We've traveled a few times here in the States, but nothing like we used to travel. I'm watching. Okay, so J Love says, I have a feeling it's just a matter of time before tourists catch one in Medellin. This guys are coming here acting like they're still Atlanta or Los Angeles. I mean, don't have to be a certain place here, but I just label it as American, and acting badly. Let's just say that. See the show. I'm in Medellin now, and I am happy. There you go. I would be happy too if I was there.
Heck yeah.
Mellahawk says, back in 2010-ish, white boys kept calling Costa Rica paradise, slowly saturated it, drove up prices, killing the San Jose scene. Same thing bros did to Sausa last few years. I love Medellin. Hope it doesn't die. Me too. I like Costa Rica. We went to Costa Rica, San Jose. Had a good time there. I didn't see anything. Actually, it wasn't a lot of tourists. And that's one thing I liked about Guatemala. Our first few days there, we thought we were it. We were like unicorns in town.
That's cool.
Caesar Show says, I am also a vlogger, but Romanians audience. Okay. Yeah.
Awesome.
And any vloggers, hey, if you want to do it, do it. I mean, if you're going to do it, spend some time on it and do it right. It takes a while to learn the algorithm and, key words and key phrases and description and how to write it. It's a lot of work. And the thumbnail, I've gotten to the place now where I pay somebody to do the thumbnails, but sometimes I need one in a hurry and I got to do it myself. And I found somebody in Argentina that's good. Fiverr, by the way, I have a link below in the description for Fiverr. If you need any of this work, if you hear the announcements that are on my channel, if you see my logo, all the stuff comes from Fiverr. Okay, Fiverr. It's a bunch of contractors that do. If you heard my music, my songs, my reggae song that I had arranged, I wrote it, produced it, put it out, sent it to Spain. And a week later, I have a finished product where he's actually, put I don't know what a bridge is, so I wouldn't know where to put the bridge.